My name is Roman,
I'm Samir.
and we are from Rachel Carson High School for Coastal Studies. We're representing the Superclass Research 250, and we would like to show you our project, To Tree or Not to Tree. As most of us know, from the middle school science class, trees are able to absorb CO2 particles and magically turn them into oxygen. Well, through a process called photosynthesis. However, what my partner and I want to find out is whether or not the same effect can be applied to any other particles. One of such particles that we chose was PM2.5. To say it straight, PM2.5 is a type of a pollutant that primarily causes breathing issues. So one of this kind of an issue is asthma. But, however, it's only harmful with the levels reaching from 15 micrograms per meter cubed all the way to 35. Safe obviously being below 15. Last year, we used the mapping software to show the correlation between the land used for the green space in the NYC neighborhood and the percentage of PM2.5 in the air, as you can see in these maps on the bottom. However, this year, we narrowed our projects down to investigate the air pollution on elementary school campuses.
We first began by selecting 10 schools. We then divided these schools into groups of 5. The first group having an abundance of trees, and the second group having less amount of trees. We then took a device called the TempTop M2000. This device allowed us to gather information on the surrounding air quality, and it can also detect various types of air pollutants. We took this device to all 10 school campuses and gathered data by video recording the TempTop and plugging in data into an Excel sheet. We then used the map, or a software called the Measure It map, as you can see on the right graph. This software allowed us to measure the area and the tree percentage of every single school. As you can see here, these are the 2 schools that we chose. The PS 101 is unfortunately had the lowest tree percentage, and PS 153 had the highest tree percentage. After all that was done, we plugged all our data into a graph. As you can see in the green, it is our tree percentage. The first 5 schools have a low to moderate percentage of trees compared to the last 5, which have a really high percentage of trees. The black line is the PM2.5 value. It stays moderately the same, but it does have a spike at PS209. The reason being is that they have an engine that powers 2 outside buildings and also produces a lot of air pollution. And you can also see a red trend line. This trend line just basically shows that this graph has no trend, because in order for there to be a trend, the trend line value has to be at a 0.4. This unfortunately means that there was no correlation between air quality and green space around elementary school campuses, completely refuting our hypothesis. But we found some future solutions or future steps that we can take.
Now, looking back at our research, we realized that there were a lot of confounding variables that affected our research project. Some of those variables can be the wind speed, the amount of greens that were on the school properties and outside of it, and of course, weather conditions. So, knowing this, we thought of the future research. We hypothesized that the classrooms with hydroponics would have better air quality than the classrooms without them, and this would lead to a better student learning outcomes. With this new research project, we could collect data on the effect of programs like New York Sunworks on academic achievements of students in partner schools. And that's it pretty much for our project. However, I would like to still say thank you to our beautiful teacher, Miss O'Leary. Miss O'Leary, thank you very much for being here for us.
Applaud everyone, clap your hands. Miss O'Leary!
Thank you so much. Thank you for your emotional support throughout this whole 2 years of making this project possible, making us stay here on stage. Thank you. And of course, New York Sunworks, thank you very much for allowing us to show our knowledge. Thank you.